Hi, in this video demonstration, I'm going to show you how to set up the Sony A7 III camera for filming. Okay, first of all, you should inspect the camera. Okay, so just double check, make sure that the camera body has no scratches. Okay, make sure LCD screen is fine. Then remove the lens cap. Okay, now the lens cap, make sure you put back in the camera bag. Okay, so all loose parts and accessories of the camera should be placed back in the camera bag in order not to lose anything. Okay, then inspect the lens, make sure it's clean and there's no scratches. Okay, then put on the lens hood. To put on the lens hood, just twist the lens hood counterclockwise, turn it out, flip it over. Okay, and then twist it in the clockwise direction and make sure it's locked. Okay, so the lens hood will protect against any sun flare and also to protect the lens against any knocks and so on. If you drop the camera, hopefully your camera is alright and but please never do that. Okay, and at least the lens hood will somehow protect the lens. And hopefully the lens hood will be damaged instead of the lens itself. Okay, there is a UV filter in front of the lens. Please do not remove it. Okay, it also protects the lens and keep it clean. Once the lens hood is set up, okay, next thing that we want to check is the SD card. So to check the SD card, you need to open up the SD card compartment door. Okay, just pull this down and then you can see that the SD card is in slot 1. So to take out the SD card, you just press it and you bounce out and then you can take out the SD card. Okay, so SD card, just double check, okay, make sure it's the correct SD card. And then after that, by the way, for SD card, you must make sure it's at least class 10. And see there's a 10 here, okay, class 10 for video recording. Okay, so to put back the SD card, just insert in the correct direction and then make sure you hear the click. Okay, make sure the SD card is in slot 1 if there's only one SD card. Okay, so close the SD card compartment door. Okay, next we're going to take a look. Oh, by the way, before you take out the SD card, make sure the camera is off. Okay, this is very important. If you try to take out the SD card while the camera is on, sometimes the camera might be writing to the SD card and then you might corrupt the SD card. Okay, so this is very important. Make sure you turn off the camera before you take out the SD card. Okay, next, let's check the battery. Okay, so turn it around. You can see this is the battery compartment. Okay, so to open, you just unlock it. Okay, and then the door will open. There's a catch here, just press the catch and then the battery will come out. This is the connection of the battery. So to put back, inside the same direction. Okay, and then make sure you hear the click. Make sure the catch has locked the battery and then close the door and then lock the battery door. Okay, when you are charging, right, just a gentle reminder to set to high-speed charging if your charger has a low or high-speed charging. Okay, that will make the charging much faster. Okay, so once everything is done, now we're going to turn on the camera. So we're going to turn the camera from off to on. Okay, so you can see the LCD screen will turn on, then you know that it's on. Then we're going to press the menu button, it's over here. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is to format the camera. Before you use the camera, you need to format the camera. Okay, so I'm going to use the directional pad. This is the set button. Okay, I'm going to go up to the category menu. I'm going to go to setup. Okay, and then I click down and then I go to page number 5, setup 5. Okay, so format is at setup 5. Click on format, then our SD card is in slot 1. Okay, so I'm going to format slot 1. Okay, just press enter. How long it takes to format your memory card depends on how much footage you have in the memory card and also how big the capacity of your memory card. Okay, once that is done, okay, we're going to reset. Okay, so to reset, it's in setup 7. Okay, so it's under setting reset. Okay, so there's 2 options here. What's the difference? Okay, initialize means everything will be set back to factory default setting, okay, including all the time and so on. So you have to reset the time and the date. Okay, so go to camera setting reset. We just want to reset the common menu items. Okay, So I'm just going to reset the main camera settings. Then once it's reset, then we can go on to other things. Okay, but the reason why we want to reset is also because other users of the camera, right, may have changed the setting. Of course, if this camera belongs to you, then you don't need to do this. Okay, next, you want to make sure that the camera is in the movie mode. Okay, so if you want to use the camera to shoot video, you must make sure that it's in the movie mode. Okay, you can turn this, so make sure it's in the movie mode. Next, I'm going to show you how to record movie. Okay, so to record movie, basically, you just toggle the record button over here. So, let me just show you. Okay, so now it's recording. You can see the time code running. Okay, then just press again to stop recording. Okay, to play back, you can simply just press the playback button. Click again, and now we can watch. Okay, to delete the footage, you just press the trash can button, and then you can just delete. Okay, another way is to just simply format the whole SD card. Okay, next, before you do any video recording, we need to check the movie settings. Okay, so we're going to go to menu again, then we're going to go to the movie setting. Okay, so this is the movie setting, and then we're going to go to take a look at file format and record setting. Okay, so under file format, there's three options, but we don't use AVC HD. Okay, so just skip that. So most of the time you should be filming in XAVC SHD. And if you want to get the highest record in the highest resolution, you can use 4K. Okay, but we're going to stick to HD for this demonstration. Okay, then for record setting, this is where you set the frame rate and the bit rate. Okay, so the recommended setting is 25 frames per second, 50 megabit per second. Okay, P stands for progressive. Okay, so it should be this setting. Now, if you want to shoot slow motion, you can choose 50p, 50 frames per second. Then it'll be 2 times slow motion. You want 4 times slow motion, you can go to 100p. But take note that when you're 100p, the bit rate is also higher at 100 megabit per second. So now I'm going to stick at 25 frames per second. We're going to reset the time code. Okay, so to reset the time code, we're going to go back to setup button, setup menu number 3. Okay, then we're going to go to TC-UB setting. TC stands for time code, UB stands for user bits, but we don't use that. Okay, so click set OK, and then make sure that it's time code. Okay, then go to time code preset, click on this. Okay, then you can use the trash can to reset. Press the trash can button to reset, click enter. Time code run, make sure it's record run. Okay, so next, we will go back to the shooting mode. Okay, to go back to the shooting mode, you can just press the menu button. Okay, to go back, or you can simply press the shutter button to return. So now you can see the time code has been reset to 0. Okay, I'm just going to show you one more time. Okay, so now I record. Okay, you can see the time code running. Okay, I'm going to stop. Okay, and then go back to menu, go to time code setting. Okay, go to time code preset. Then I'm going to reset by pressing the reset button. Press enter. Okay, go back to the setting. You can see that the time code has been reset. Next, we're going to check on the sound settings. Okay, go back to menu again. Sound setting is in movie 2. Okay, this is movie 1, go to movie 2, and then make sure audio recording is on, audio level display is on, and then click on audio record level. Okay, so our goal, right, is to record any sound, right, between -12 to -6 dB. Okay, why not at near 0, or why not hit red? Okay, because if you hit red color or hit 0 or louder than 0, the sound will be distorted. Okay, so you simply use the dial to set, and then you just test the recording. Okay, testing 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, test, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so now we are around -12 to -6. Okay, so now we're using the built-in mic. If you use another external microphone such as the wireless, and then you have to set accordingly, probably softer. Okay, so let me just demonstrate to you. Okay, let's say I hit the table. This is too loud. Can you see that it hit the red color? Okay, so that is too loud. Okay, so that's why we want to record at -12 with the peak volume at -12 to -6, so that there is a buffer that's in case of any sudden loud noises. All right. Okay, the last setting is the steady shot. Steady shot is at page 4. Okay, page 4 of the movie section. Okay, so this is steady shot. Make sure it's on. Okay, so the Sony's technology is called optical steady shot. Okay, so both the body and the lens, most lenses have the optical steady shot. So basically, it has a built-in optical image stabilizer, and you help to reduce camera shakes and so on, and make sure that your shots are steady. Okay, so make sure you turn it on. Okay, the last thing I want to talk about is the minimal focal distance. Okay, so if I turn the camera this way, you can see that there is this symbol here. Okay, this symbol shows the position of the sensor. Okay, so the sensor position is over here. Okay, every lens has a minimal focal distance. When your camera is too near to the subject, right, you will not be able to focus properly. Okay, so the minimal focal distance when it's at the widest angle, which is 28 mm, it will be 30 centimeter. Okay, then when you're at the longest focal length, which is 70 mm, the minimal focal distance increase to 45 centimeters. So do take note. Okay, so let's say you are halfway in between, then your minimal focal distance is probably in between 30 to 45. Okay, so just take note. That's the end of my demonstration. I hope this will be useful to you.